This is model K12 for your BMW K1200LT. They'll be packaged like this. The bracket is actually reversed of what it'll end up on your bike. So you'll need to remove the 3 mounting bolts. You'll reverse the mounting bolts to come up from the bottom. There's 2 pieces to the clamp. One is tapered edge here and is threaded. The other is flat edge, is not threaded. The one that's not threaded goes on the bottom. It'll only fit one way, so you can't mess it up. This will go onto the part of your engine guard up in the front where you have the bend, and it comes back to the other. So this will fit on the bend of your stock tip over bar. The clamp goes on the top, and you just screw them in. Start off just with your fingers at first, get them all started. So this will be on your bike like this. The tip over bar at the front bend is here. It'll have a tendency to get to the right place, but as you tighten it, push the bracket in and forward as much as you can, and that'll give leg clearance on your fairing out back. Then tighten those bolts. Don't have the advantage on your bike of turning it upside down, but again, on your bike, as you wiggle it, push it in and forward, and that'll rock the back of the leg out and give you a little bit of clearance down here. If you have J-pegs on your K1200LT, you have a pair of shoulder bolts that look very much like this, except yours have not been modified to be tapped on the end and the edge is flattened off. We'll provide those modified shoulder bolts to you. You'll replace your shoulder bolts on your J-pegs one at a time. I would suggest that you loosen both of them just a half a turn so that there's a little bit of movement on them. Then totally remove one, replace it with our shoulder bolt, then replace the other. So you'll end up with the pair of shoulder bolts there holding your J-peg in place. Then put the bracket up to the bottom of our modified shoulder bolts. Put our 2 small mounting bolts up through the bracket, screw them into the shoulder bolts, the modified shoulder bolts. And before you get them tight, get both of them started well so that you have a little flex here, movement, so you can get good alignment. This will actually also strengthen your J-pegs because it'll tie the heads of the 2 shoulder bolts together. They can't move unless both of them move. Once they're in place, just tighten up our bolts, put your peg on, and now you have 2 very different peg positions. One down low on your Mick-O-Peg, and then with your J-peg up high.